What's going on, YouTube? Just wanted to do a quick update video. I ain't gonna be on here too long. So for the most part, y'all know that my family and I were supposed to be moving, still is on January 9th. We go and get the keys and accept the apartment, whatever, which I'm still feeling leery about. Not sure what type of games they're gonna play. Although we're in the phase where we just come and look at the apartment and decide on if we want it or not. I'm pretty sure they know that we're gonna accept it. I'm not sure if they're gonna, if it's all of a sudden he's gonna become unavailable or what. But that's not what this video is about. We'll know more about that on the knife. So, as I stated though, just to add that in here right quick, I'm still leery on that because I could already see how it's going to go far wise as the harassment. I know they're utilizing this time that it's taken from us to get there to get everything in position for our wise as to give out the notification, to give the community heads up on me, and to have all of their community-based agents in place. Now, back to the topic at hand. So, it's no, it's no, it's no mystery that I'm staying with my parents right now until the apartment come through. And I can honestly say for the first 3 days, it was pretty okay, better than what I expected. I was able to get sleep. On the fourth day, the electronic harassment started. I started back then electronically tortured and hit with radio frequencies and things of that nature. By the fifth day, which is today, the fourth day, the EMT's presence started to increase. Seemed like every other hour, the paramedics were just pulling up out front. Today, the police presence was heavy. And for some reason, right under the window that in a room that I got, it seemed like I'm in the window with a hot spot at, like where the communities come and sit. So every day since I've been here, it has been like six people outside the window total, or whatever, or whatnot. But yeah, mother still don't want to hear much about the targeting. I see a lot of the gang stalking going on around here. She's unfamiliar with the tactics being used, and not only that, she don't believe that is actually going on. But the lady upstairs, now she's an older lady right now. What I find strange about this is my mother says that she work at night, but what I noticed is for the last 3, 4 days, there's always loud music playing up there. And I'm asking my mom, like you said, it's an older lady living there. So mom said, yeah. So I just look at it like gang stalking. I'm gonna tell you why I think that is gang stalking. For the simple fact that if she start playing the music at 7 p.m., she will not cut the music off until like 7 a.m. I don't hear no footsteps around this time, just music playing. And to top it all off, she don't have no neighbors. So it's like that they perfectly set it up for the noise campaign. So directly beside my mama, the unit is empty on the left and the right. Above her, where the lady plays the music for 12 hours a day, her neighbors, she has no neighbors neither. Directly beside her is empty, so no one is there to complain. The only one who can complain is my mother because of the noise coming from upstairs. So coincidentally, my mother don't have neighbors to the left. She don't have neighbors to the right. The lady upstairs above my mother who plays the music all day, dropping things on the balcony right above my mother balcony, she has no neighbors either. And I just look at it like they did that so it won't be, so the constant music won't affect those like it. I guess they're hoping that it affect me in a sense or whatever or whatnot. But since then, my mom did report her to the rent office and called the police on her or whatever or whatnot. So she has turned the music down, but for the most part, still playing for over 12 hours today. And my mama don't look at that as suspicious as all. I guess they done already befriended my mama. My mama believe, as I stated, my mama don't believe that the program is going on. She don't believe that all of this increased police presence and EMT present is because I'm here or whatever or whatnot. So really, it's just I be in a cave for the most part. If I'm not out at my cousin's house or going out to some business and doing a little shopping here and there, put groceries in the house and things like that. Then for the most part, I'm basically in a man cave. I come in the room, close the door. I don't even I don't even, think about talking. Well, I do think about talking to her about the program, but I already know her stance on it. It's like, as I stated, that's like beating a dead horse. I would never go through the extreme of trying to explain the program to someone who's not willing to listen or who just already have that mind made up far wise that don't. It's not occurring or whatever or whatnot. So yeah, it took them about 4 days in total to actually get the gang stalking ramped up, as I stated. But since I've been here, one thing I could say is at least I have been able to get sleep lately because I told y'all for she's I want to say at least for the last 9 to 10 months, I've barely been averaging like 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. So I was able finally to catch up on some sleep. I started my health journey. So I got my sister juicer. We made a concoction from Yaki Awaken using apple, Virginia, and a few more other things. I guess I'll load up the pictures of all the ingredients we use today. So tomorrow me and my younger sister gonna start on our detox. Um, hmm, I don't, I don't really notice a difference from how my family used to act from back in the day up to now. Like as I stated, the only thing that makes them act weird or seem weird is when I do try to engage and talk to them about what I'm going through far wise just with the targeted program. So as I stated, I just learned to not even mention it. So when I'm with them and we're out and about or whatever, whatnot, yeah, the gang stalking occur. We getting followed by, so many one headlights and reverend vehicles. And it's tough to, ignore and not document or pull out my camera and record because, of how they may perceive the whole situation. As I stated, I just don't want to beat that. It's like beating a dead horse. So I don't want them to see the things if they don't want them to, if they don't want to see it in a sense. So I'm not going to force them to see it and say, y'all keep saying all these one here, like blah, blah, blah. Y'all ain't know this, that, and this thing. So on and so forth. But yeah, overall, I guess it's not really that bad. I'm about ready to leave, though, to be honest, because as I stated, I don't know. I just hate to bring my luggage to somebody else, though, although, she's not giving me no slack, everything is it's cool. She ain't giving me no hard time. My brothers, sisters, of course, not giving me no hard time. As I stated, I really don't see no difference in their behavior except when, I'm talking about the program or trying to talk to them about the program. For the most part, I guess it's okay, lie. But it's still like, it's just not, I'm not used to it. So I really don't want to get comfortable with something like this because, in a sense, to me, it just feel fake and awkward, wearing this mask and just going on about my day and going with them as if, this it isn't going on. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird in a sense. I really just wanted to get up here and give a quick update about my situation. They act pretty fast on the gang stalking. Like I said, it really ramped up on the fourth day of me being here, and it hasn't slowed down yet. Although they did start the electronic harassment, I believe my first day experiencing it here was yesterday or the day before. It's not as severe as it is when I was in our own place and we were there for a year or whatever or whatnot. So I'm not sure if that's them not wanting to utilize the resources, just saving it until we move in our place on the ninth or what. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of what I'm gonna do when we relocate to is get me some sort of CCTV wired security camera set up inside of the apartment. I say wire because I really don't want them to hack it. But then again, if I get it wired, then there's no way that I could get, images straight to my phone or whatever or whatnot. So it's like they'll still be able to enter the apartment, I guess, and sabotage the cameras and just make it seem like we're crazy or whatever or whatnot. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way how I could do that and and able to handle my business and chase my little goals and dreams that I got set for myself this year. I'm trying to figure out how I could do that without having to worry about someone always being in the house or whatever or whatnot. So I'm still battling with that issue. As I stated, the worst thing you could do is get a wireless home security system because I believe that could all be hacked and manipulated. So I still believe that they'll bypass that some sort of way, being that they are who they are, that they're very tax savvy. So I got to figure out a way to do that. And the reason I'm so hell strung on that is because when my targeting first started, I noticed that they used to put radioactive material in our house. Like, it's crazy, like radiological warfare, literally. Say, for instance, it always happened in the areas of the house that I be in the most, which I spend a lot of my time in the living room. That's basically like my space or my area or whatever. So when it first started, we had this wooden coffee table. It was made of nothing but wood, and so it shouldn't have been given no EMF readings at all. But once I first realized that our smart meter was tampered with, and I got to learn about EMF radiation, then got familiar with EMF meters. One day I was sitting in the living room and I was watching, like I believe it was the NFL game. So as I started to begin to get electronically harassed, I pulled out the EMF meter, and once the readings go down, this is crazy how the universe works. Cause this is how I discovered the radioactive material in the wooden coffee table, right? So after I had the urge the feeling that I was being attacked electronically, I put out the meter. After I saw the numbers go down, after I kept out the meter for a little while, I set the meter on the wooden coffee table without cutting it off. And when I did that, it went absolutely crazy. And it took me a second to realize, like, why the hell is it going crazy like that on a wooden table? So I instantly pick it up. Then I start scanning the table, and I know in this one specific spot near one of the wooden legs that it was going absolutely bonkers. The readings were high, right? So I flipped the table upside down, and the first thing I noticed is the screws was reset. Like the table was old, so you could tell that somebody unscrewed the screws and made new holes because of how old the table was, and it left like clean marks under it, and you could see the new holes in it. And plus, the inside of the screws where the Phillip heads go in, it was squeaky clean. It wasn't no wear and tear on it like somebody been messing with it, but you could see that they rescrewed the legs on. So as I flipped the table over upside down, I noticed a like a razor thin cut going through one of the wooden legs. And as I scanned it with the EMF meter, it was going absolute out of control. So as I take the table and set it out on the back of the patio outside of the living room, I noticed my whole right arm just fell numb while I was holding by the leg where I said it was contaminated. So that was one of the main reasons why I got so hell bent on making sure that that someone was always in the house. Like I said, I don't want to put that burden on nobody this year, and I want everybody to be able to move freely instead of making it seem like we in some sort of, I don't know. I just don't want nobody to feel obligated to just being able to sit in the house. I want everybody to be able to live their life, which I know is kind of impossible. But I still got to try to figure out some sort of way. So that's really what I've been battling with because, as I stated, I really want to try to pursue like some type of trash hauling business or something. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'm going to invest some money into it. I'm gonna invest some money into something. I just don't know what it is. I got to create multiple streams of income instead of allowing them to fuck me up and set us back financially. So my game plan overall is to go into this year, stacking, saving, minimizing on all the bullshit that I normally do, waste money on. Uh, I don't know. I just guess things like that, and to be prepared and ready for whenever the apartment complex try to look for a reason to not renew the lease again, as we seem to found ourselves stuck in this sort of cycle year after year since my target is started. So it's just to save up money, and I know that they know I got this plan, so I expect things to keep happening with the car. But I got tons of family members who work on cars. I got a cousin who worked down the street in a car shop and things of that nature. So I got mechanics who I could trust, who will probably look out on the prices. But it's just the whole fact of the sabotage itself and them knowing that we're in the process of trying to save money. So I know the problems are going to be piling up. Reason I gotta find me a business or start a business on my own, even though I know they still gonna interfere with that. I plan on buying some sort of pickup truck if I can find one for at least a good price and good condition, at least to get me from point A to point B, but at least not too much to be worried about it. So I can have that as a work truck, and my girlfriend just keep the car for, her work and whatever it is she got to take care of. So I'm just scheming. I ain't gonna talk too much about what I got planned, even though it really don't matter if I talk about it or not, because they just gonna try to find a way to fuck it up anyway. But I can't get discouraged about it. I gotta stay super positive. And for real, I've really been working on ignoring all negativity. Been doing pretty good this year. I don't plan on relapsing, and I'm trying to break those cycles. I'm not trying to. I am breaking those cycles. So I'm not gonna say I'm trying. Like I said, get better with my health. I bought a shitload of vitamins, so much healthy food, fruit snacks. I'm gonna really be taking protein shakes. Got me a blender, got me a juicer now. Got everything I need to get started. So hopefully this year will be somewhat more prosperous than last year, despite the program. My main thing though is figuring out a way to really secure the house where I can have some sort of security system set up. But I'm feeling like they just gonna toy with that. I feel like I'm gonna be just wasting money getting that. To be honest, I don't really think that's gonna do too much. I even wanted to take it to the extreme. I even wanted to take it to the extreme and booby trap the house. I'm like on some Home Alone type shit times 10, where if they come in, they gonna have to know the booby traps. I wanted to, for real, like maim somebody to the point where you can't even clean it up by the time we get home. It's gonna be too obvious. I want to come in there and see a limb laying down. I don't know how I'm gonna set it up or what I'm gonna do, but worst come to worst, I'm gonna booby trap that yo. I'm talking about bear traps at all. I'm trying to maim somebody come in the house. I'm just joking about the bear traps, but I definitely been contemplating about booby trapping, and it just, I don't know. I don't know something, man. Like I said, I just don't feel comfortable after they violated with the microphones and the smoke detector, the radiological material they put inside of the table, and fucking with God knows what else. Like I said, when it first started, it got to the point so bad that, whenever we come in the house, like for instance, when the torture got real bad, when it went overt, we left the apartment and was going from hotel to hotel, but we still had the apartment, like we still was living in the apartment. The torture was bad. So we just got up out there. I'm thinking that it was going to get better. We went to like 3 different hotels, and they just followed, and the torture was worse then because I have no control over the internet's there, so it's not like I could shut them down to try to combat it. Normally that's what I would do, but it seemed like they found other methods. It's to the point where I'm so hypersensitive to EMF that I could tell when the Wi-Fi was on in our house, like, and the Wi-Fi box would be upstairs. I could be downstairs. The minute someone plug it up, I could instantly feel it because it's like they would start attacking me as soon as that. So one method I was using to try to minimize that was unplugging it. it helped a little bit, but it's like they start using other methods and means of delivering the attacks. So another method that I use too to try to combat it, Absent-minded Abe had told me about this, was taking a wet towel and wrapping it around my chest. But what I do for the most part now, I just run a tub full of water and just soak in that joke. Like I'm talking about burying myself by submerging it completely. It got to the point where that stopped working because it's like they figured that out and just started turning the technology up even more to the point where it felt like I was ready to have a heart attack. So it's, I don't know. I'm gonna come up with a lot of ways to try to combat it, even if I gotta try to shield one Pacific road with EMF paint, that black paint that they got that you have to actually ground or something like that. Something, man. I'm invested to something. I don't know if it's gonna be a Faraday box or what it's gonna be, but something really gotta give. Because like I said, I don't know how bad the electronic harassment is at most targeted individual circumstances because I do know that the program is slightly different for everybody else, just like Massa was saying. But I could see that far wise as, just by telling it being on Facebook with, friends with certain alleged targeted individuals and things like that. But the electronic harassment on my end is horrible. I ain't gonna even lie about that. It's horrible. That's probably like the only thing that they know that bothers me when it comes to this program, though. All the other stuff, the one hand light same, make the same entry, waiting outside of the store when they know I'm about to go to this certain restaurant and things of that nature. None of that shit bothers me. It's only the things that they do that affect my health that really bothers me. So I think that's why they deliver those attacks to me more prominent than others. I'm not sure why. That's just my theory on it. All I know is the electronic harassment is out of control. I ain't gonna lie. It's out of control. I got to figure out some sort of way to try to combat it, even if it could be combated or if it came some way to try to lessen the effects of it or, just stay on the go. I overly have too many options. I don't have too many options besides, like I said, Conspiracy Underground, although he a perp, he did say something about Firewise' health and certain vitamins. So that's what I'm gonna also do. I'm gonna try to see if I can get me a primary doctor who would do blood work on me to test the levels of radiation in my blood, see if I could get him to prescribe me some of those pills that help with, is excreting the word I'm looking for? Well, anyway, getting rid of toxic or radiation from your body. It's like three different type of pills I posted on my community feed probably about 2 months ago, speaking on them. So that's another thing I'm working on. Oh, let me see. Another thing, I might end up having to get rid of the dog, which I really don't want to. But I hate to be in and out the house, and they do. I see what they do to other people pets and stuff when they're not around. So before I allow them to just, make him sick or kill him, I just give him away to somewhere. Hopefully it won't be a gang stalker. Let me see what else. What else can I update y'all about that I'm currently working on right now? I have been being blessed a little bit, making a few donations to people, but nothing that I've been recording, bragging, or nothing like that. Even a few people on YouTube. I've been receiving a little blessings, hitting for a little $200 there, $300 here on the little gambling sites that I do play on and things of that nature. I mean, I do see a little upside. Like I said, since we've been outside, the popping it been slightly better, but it's like for only how long though, and we supposed to move into our place on the ninth. So that's really the day I'm really dreading that day for real because I already know that it's gonna be instant. I know that we're gonna get into the apartment and the gang stalking is gonna be instant. I know that the neighbors are gonna have I don't even know who the neighbors are gonna be, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a ton of traffic coming to them. It's gonna be a ton of noise coming from next door. And a lot of the traffic that's gonna be coming to the neighbor's house is gonna be mainly loud, reverend vehicles for some reason. That's what they do with every neighbors we get. It seems like every vehicle that come and visit every neighbor we ever had is a loud rubber vehicle, or one headlight vehicle, or either a loud moped. So I'm pretty sure that all those predicaments that I just made is going to come to fruition. This is why I speak on it before it happened. As I stated, we haven't even did the walkthrough on the apartment. We don't move in into the night, and that's if we like what we see or whatever or whatnot. So I don't know if the neighbors are black, white, Indian, young, old, middle age, whatever. I'm just telling you the same pattern is gonna be going on. And once we move there, I'm gonna use these type of old videos of me predicting it as reference points, just so y'all can see my gang stalking is really out of control. And this is not me comparing it to nobody else's or saying who's going through it and who's not. Because frankly, what the next person going through really don't affect my life. So I don't have time to be, worried about who's real, who's fake, and all of that, or throwing shots or sneak this. And I don't care about none of that. My whole thing is trying to grab a hold of my life and just preserve something from it. Don't allow them to just keep driving us from place to place, at least not without a backup plan. But if they see that I got people that I could go to and family members that I could reach out to that I haven't since, before, I mean, like 9, 10 years, I haven't asked my mama or my pops for anything, and I didn't need to. I had everything I ever needed. So it's not really nothing for those who I used to look out for, to look out for me. As I stated, I just hate to drag this shit into their life, especially when you know that the program act as though like contact tracing. So it's like whoever cool with you is going to get some sort of form of harassment. One way or the other, I see a lot of things going on with my sister. If y'all don't remember me mentioning, my mother and my sister, my younger sister, live in the same apartment building. So my sister literally lived like 3 doors down from my mama right now, where we're currently at, or whatever, or whatnot. So I heard them, complain about little things, and in my head, I'm just like, I don't believe it's, knowing the program, it's not coincidental, but you know, you, like I said, it's nothing that I could tell them about the program. So even if I do spot gang stalking going on in their life, or either sabotage or some shit like that, it's like I can't say nothing to them about it because they don't want to hear it. They don't believe that it's going on. Well, not my sister now. I don't really talk to them about it, but I talk to my oldest brother now about it. But far wise is my younger brother, sister, and my older sister, my mama. I ain't about to waste my breath. So some things I just let it be. I just let it be whatever it's gonna be. Unless I think it's something that's detrimental to them. Then I probably try to force my point across. But other than that, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta let people be for real. I ain't really in the business of trying to change people's mind or alter people's thoughts or sway their decisions or opinions. To be honest, all I know is I know what I go through. My immediate family, far wise, my girl and cousin who live with us. They know what we go through. So I guess that's a little comfortable. Just to have a few people in your corner, whatever, whatnot. I don't know. Like I said, it has its pros and its cons because at the same time you got to watch them go through the same shit as well. So yeah, I got some things to figure out. I need to go in here with a game plan. And I got a few people who said I could use their basement, because as I said, I'm gonna be starting back my ventures of growing marijuana, being that it's legal here. So I got a few places that I'm gonna be setting up shop at, honestly. So that's gonna be one thing. I'm gonna try to invest into a pickup truck to start a trash hauling, you know, business or something like that. I still know a lot of people, so it ain't gonna be nothing for me to get no business. It ain't. It shouldn't be really nothing because, like I said, I still know a lot of people in real life. So far wise street people, people I done went to school with, X is. Now, who in turn, well, I guess I'll find out who's who when it comes time if I do get the business up and running. Other than that, like I said, I really don't analyze or I don't know. I just don't be looking at people close by me as participating in my targeting, which is probably dangerous for me on my end. I just look at it like they know how I used to be, so it's like they not gonna make it covert in a sense. I don't believe they will anyway. I haven't noticed it yet though. So like I said, I could be wrong. Who knows? Who knows? But so far, I haven't really, seen too much weirdness coming from them. Mm. We got some things to work out, some things to figure out, as we all do. Let's sit up here, man. Really got to figure something out though about leaving the apartment empty or not because they violated too much and it's not worth it. So I got to put some protective measurements in place. I don't know what. The cheapest night security system that I looked at was like for $450, but it's like, do I even want to try to even invest into that? Because I look at it like it's gonna be a complete waste. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, but that's all I really wanted to get up here about. Give y'all an update. I guess disclose a little bit of my plans on what I got cooking up so far this year. I mean, I guess it's nothing to even talk about far away. I mean, it's something that I could talk about because I mean they know everything like that. They not gonna figure it out or hear me discussing it, and I can't protect and cover every device in here when it's not mine. So when I'm brainstorming, jotting down, I'm pretty sure they just gonna sabotage and fuck it up, but I'm gonna just keep pushing forward long as I could for as hard as I could. I gotta make some shit though. I gotta break this mold. I gotta get me some sort of motion going because how they had me for the last 3 years, like at the bare minimum, literally at the bare minimum. I got a few old like friends of the family who's in supervisor positions at like the hospital and own their own bus company, cleaning company. They win bus line, they clean charter buses and things of that nature. I was gonna go and mess with that right now, but I'm anemic. I ain't going out there no cold to wash no buses for sure. I'll stick to gambling for a couple of months before that cool off. So I guess I don't know. I could do that, but I'm not. I'm just not gonna do that. I ain't got time to be standing out there in the blistering cold, operating with water, washing no bus, no shit. No sir. I don't know. I just got some things to figure out. Decisions, decisions. hmm I believe it'll work itself out though. At least, especially when it gets to me investing and setting up, my growth situations. It's gonna be hard for them to really fuck up that part. They wasn't never able to mess it up when I was doing it before. I guess because I kept a close eye and I was always around it or had somebody always in the house. So I'm gonna try to get a setup like that again. To be honest, my brother friend got work out there in DC. The thing is, I'm not trying to travel to DC on a day-to-day basis for no work. That's just an hour and 40 some minutes away for work and an hour and 40 some minutes back. So that's another, I don't know, it's just weird how it's panning out and working out. But I got faith. I got a little bit more faith. Some gonna come through. I need more than something to come through though. I need a couple of somethings to come through though. I need multiple streams and I can't stop it till I get multiple streams again. Like I said, I know they're gonna be going extra hard, but I mean I'm just stuck with it. I'm stuck in the program, so I gotta make the best of it somehow, some way. I be wondering how certain like alleged targets, they still like some I started following on TikTok. And when you look at some of them, it's like what did they do to secure their finances? Because I'm talking about they in nice big lavish houses, got the nice cars, but they saying they being targeted, harassed in workplace mob. I'm talking about registered nurses and things of that nature. So it's like I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess I don't know when you financially literate and stable, it's probably more harder to attack your finances. I will assume it is, especially when you got multiple streams of income. Not saying that they can't do it because they got way more resources than us. Definitely not saying that they can't do it, but I just think it'll make it harder. So, like I said, I'm really gonna be shooting for the stars. I want to see major progress by springtime. I want to be able to have everything up and running. My little business I plan on starting, whatever it is. By the summertime come, I want to at least have enough stashed away so that when the time comes, we could be prepared to just move or do something. My whole thing for real though is trying to. My mama end up like inheriting some land from one of my distant family members out there in New York. And she said that it's supposed to be getting settled soon because they sold it, which I don't know why they did that. So I don't know if I just try to use whatever she do, look out for them, that to try to buy at least an acre or two or something. I want to do something big for real, something I could escape and get away with, although they going to harass a nigga wherever you go. But I believe I get an acre or two, I think I'd be in a better situation. That's my goal before this year. I know that shit gonna be the hardest goal I probably ever set in my life for real, especially with the program. It probably would have been a little bit more easier without being in this shit, but something gotta give. I gotta think outside the box. I gotta stop dreaming small. I gotta take bigger risks, bigger rewards, but also bigger loss, especially when you get sabotaged. So I gotta take that in the course, but I gotta just utilize all the people and the resources I got. That's what I definitely plan on doing. I've been talking to a few people, few old friends, family members who, still deal with me or whatever or whatnot. I got a couple of things lined up. So I'm just gonna see how it pans out, to be honest. Give it my fucking all. I ain't gonna be able to stop. I really gotta figure this out. I'm tired of the whole cycle that we stuck in right now. Can't even get comfortable for a year because they keep doing this weird shit with the apartments and the houses we get in rent. Hmm, I gotta figure something out. I don't know. I got too many ideas. I gotta figure something out. What's going on, Drew? Yeah, that's what I don't want to keep going through that whole bouncing back and forth from whoever house that I could at the time. After a while, that's gonna get tiresome to people. Or at least I'm gonna feel as though that it is, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to bring my luggage to people. I don't like to bring what I got going on. I don't like to bring my shit to their toilet in a sense, though. I don't like to be keep going in that cycle that they have us stuck in as well. That shit get tiresome to have to relocate every year, to have to rent storage every year, to have to keep getting rid of shit every year, and just the unnecessary money being spent and wasted. Then the car keep going out. This problem keep happening to it, and now it's running hot, and it's just so much. There's always one thing after another for in the program. It's never a break. They literally keep their foot on your back. So I don't know. I ain't never even want to get into that door dashing either. I remember when my targeting first became overt, and I was going to pick my girl up one day from work, and the GPS kept on like taking me way out of there, and my memory was bad. Not only that, she worked it far from our house, like in a whole nother county, and so I had to go get her at nighttime. I could barely see at nighttime on the road, and it's like they kept messing with the GPS, and the GPS kept taking me to another location. So I was ended up kept on being late picking her up, no matter how early it is that I left. It got to the point where I had to get her to keep taking me to her job during the daytime just so I could remember. But before I realized they was hacking my GPS, I'm thinking that my phone is just messed up. But I got two phones at the time. I got the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I got the LG 4 Stylo. So I'm using the GPS on both of them, and both of the GPSs is going haywire, and I can't figure it out because this is when the targeting first going overt, and I don't even know what gang stalking is. But after you realize what's going on, then you piece everything together. So it got to the point where I was riding with three phones, using three separate GPSs, and all of them was acting crazy. I had to get my stepdaughter phone, so I had my LG Stylo and I had my 12 Pro Max. And all of the GPSs was just acting bonkers. It got to the point where I had to start like recording and documenting. Like, man, can't believe this shit, but it won't. I wasn't doing it for gang stalking purposes because I'm still unaware that it was this. I was just recording because I knew I wasn't tripping. Like, man, all of these bitches is acting crazy. It got to the point where I had to get on the phone. I had to up my plan because I thought my plan. They just had me spending unnecessary money. This probably was the worst amount of money they had me spent. I didn't want to spend. They came out with these lottery tickets that when you spend $10 on them, you're going to either win $10 back, you're going to win 50 or 100. My dumb ass went to go buy a brand new whole roll of these tickets. Do you know that every fucking ticket that I scratched was a dud? I'm talking about I literally bought the from the 000 ticket all the way to the whole entire row and then hit one ticket, bro. I don't know how much money I wasted on that shit, but I didn't get nothing in return. That's the day I stopped buying scratch off. I said, oh hell no, that's scamming. Not one winner. So I don't know if that was gang stalking or that's just a lottery getting over on people not thinking that they're gonna bat a whole roll to see that won't none of them a winner or what it was. But that shit was bizarre. So I stopped buying scratch offs 3.5, 4 years ago. Oh, I just gotta do something. I gotta come up right quick. I gotta develop some motion. I ain't even lying. For real. And the only thing I really know is the streets. So that's where I'm leaning back towards marijuana, especially being that it's legal in Virginia. So it's like I wouldn't even really care about getting stopped to pull it over with marijuana or nothing like that because that shit light work. That shit light work. That shit will get, especially if I ain't got a certain amount on it. So that's for real. That's really like an option. That's something that I'm good at. I know people and I know I could get something going with that, especially if I could get my growth setup areas correct and right. So I don't know. Like I said, that's really I see, but I want multiple streams. I don't want to solely rely on that. I don't want to solely rely on that. So I've been talking to my girl. And I think that's going to be one of my moves too far wise is getting some sort of business started, buying some sort of truck. Because like I said, I got cousins and family who work on cars. So that's what I'm gonna just start doing for I watch the vehicle and keep on instead of keep on taking it to the shop because the transmission acted up what about a few months ago and they charged us like 3,000 for that. So that set us back in the hole. That set us back. I ain't even lying. I'll tell you what, that set us back for real. We still paying her right off on that shit right there. To be honest, we got probably like a thousand to go to pay her right back. Sheesh. Like I said, they know how to dig you in a hole though with this program for real. You could be the best motherfucker when it comes to saving money and managing money. She's the program going. They gonna make sure that they financially sabotage you. You ain't gotta worry about that. So you got to keep it coming in at a fast pace. That's my logic when it comes to it. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna give it another go, man. I'm gonna have to do something. I got to. I'm not gonna sit back and just watch them keep digging us in a hole and wasted money and shit like that. No, sir. No, sir. That's what I got the feeling they're gonna do on a knife. Although the apartment should be guaranteed because we went through the whole process. We're literally in the process of the apartment where we come and do the walkthrough and decide on if we want it or not, if we want to take it or not. So that's really the process where, man, see, I'm deleting this. Yeah, I'm ready to delete. See that gang stalking shit on TikTok is crazy. Who is that? I just discovered a black dude in Buffalo that was homeless and destitute. Not sure. They stole my little $800 car. Now I have to use my tax to get a new one. Yup, that seemed to be the whole cycle that I'm stuck in too. Every year we end up having to invest into a new car because by the year's end, they destroy you. That's why I said I don't understand how. I don't know. Like I said, everybody's target, I guess, is different and set to their preference or whatever and whatnot because they don't allow us to keep a car. We have a car at a year max before they destroy you. It seems like we find ourselves getting a new car every tax time. So I got the feeling. I mean, like I said, this car is completely fucked up now. So if we invest money into it and get it back up the standard, they're not gonna do nothing but fuck it up again. Then they're gonna try to wait till our funds low. They're gonna wait till the perfect opportunity when rent due, when we make groceries, the bills paid. Then they're gonna fuck it up. I mean, but like I said, we be having a little help. My girl family, you know, my family, whatever, little friends, whatever. But people get tired after that, tired after a while. So having to keep on borrowing or asking people because you've been financially ruined. Don't nobody want, even if you do pay it back. Don't nobody want that to become a cycle. You keep borrowing every time the car broke. We got you when we get paid or something like that. People don't want to. People got lives they self. Bills still rolling in and things of that nature too. So that's a hassle. But worst come to worst though. Like I said, if my girl family ain't doing it, which more likely they do look out for her. If we facing a situation like that, then I still got a couple of aces in the hole or whatever, whatnot. Not too many more. Running low, my deck is running low. I try not to use them in case of emergency. Like now, the only reason I came to my mama house because I ain't really want to waste the money going back and forth for a hotel for 8, 9 days. I'm not about to rent no hotel room for a week and a couple of days for damn near $400. No sir. I'm gonna go ahead over here to my people, Jane. You go to your people, Jane. We'll just save money that way. So we save all that without having to do it, far wise as groceries. I mean, we good on that. So right now, just the process of saving, just saving as much as we could, saving as much as we could. That's the main thing. Figuring out that on how once we, I don't know, once we get that down pack, I figure we'll probably be okay. But I know they're not gonna allow us to get that down pack. It's just be so much. Whereas knowing I'm not driving. Yeah, see, they do petty shit like that. That's just pathetic. Like they really don't have nothing to do. They really don't have nothing to do with their lives, though. And it's so crazy because they waste so many resources. This brings me back to another thing that Manson was saying in like one of his more recent videos on how they do certain tactics. And these people don't even care. Look, you heard them keep pressing it. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear that. Look, the horn of the car, they just keep pressing it. And that been going on for like an hour and a half. But they do some tactics to target individuals that does absolutely nothing. Like nothing. Like a prime example, King Master was speaking about how how some dude was walking behind him, knowing King Manson wanted to smoke, and said something about, well, I'm gonna have to catch a contact, as if, things like that, petty shit like that. Like, I don't know, it's weird because they waste their time doing petty shit, and majority of the subliminals that they do really have no effect on people. It don't bother certain people. Like some people are so like desensitized to certain tactics, but it don't stop them from using them tactics though. Like direct the convo, the one headlights. It's to the point where those tactics are really useless, bro. It's like they're just wasting money and resources at this time. Like just use other tactics or some shit, bro. I don't know. But I guess that's where the repetition kick in. I don't know. Like I said, that regular gang stalking shit don't really bother me. The street theater, the direct the combos. I ain't one of the people who deal with the coughing. I heard a lot of people talk about that. I don't deal with that as much as I heard people talk about action. I don't really be dealing with that at all. I probably be doing it now, being that I just said something on this live about it. Like, shit like that wouldn't even bother me. It wouldn't even bother me. I'm over here now at my mother's spot. Every time I go outside to walk her dog, y'all should. I mean, I don't even bother recording that shit though. But it seems like everybody want to talk to me. Everybody seem to know me or know the family. People I don't even know want to stop me, talk to me about the dog because my mama got a look like a teacup Yorkie or some shit. It just be weird though because it's like they be waiting for me to come outside just to hold conversations. The people be going out there way to come and have conversations with me who I don't even fucking know. Bro. I sit there and talk to them though. I just play along with it. I don't say nothing weird or wild. I keep it short and sweet. I really keep it short and sweet. But it's just amazing how all of these people who are allegedly supposed to, I mean, I guess neighbors of my mother's or whoever the hell they is, just, I don't know, feel so comfortable approaching me when I don't even know these people and just want to talk to me every time they fucking see me. Keep it fucking moving, creep. I'm not even talking move. I don't want to be social. I'm trying to be as antisocial as possible. I don't want to carry on no conversation. I don't want y'all prying me for no information. None of that. But they just keep coming to me talking. I just don't get it. And it's crazy because the police presence increased so much in the area that my mama and I'm living in right now is not even a bad area. But since I've been here, the police presence has been absolutely bananas. It is crazy though. Mm, it's crazy. Oh, it's just a lot. There's a lot to deal with mentally if you allow it to get to you. But as I said, I say, if I had to put a figure on it, I say probably 65 to 70% of the program don't bother me. It's only really certain things that get to me from time to time. Nothing that I don't overcome. I don't really dwell on it. I don't let the program get me depressed or down and sad. I'd be upset sometimes over it. Be like, yes, they whack. They doing too much type shit at the time. Like they really irritating me or blowing me some shit like that. Before I was just depressed. I seen plenty dark days, plenty bad days. This was way before Tiger, and we grew up in dark days. So I mean, I got pretty thick skin. I could take a lick. I could take a beating now. But being human, sometimes that shit it gon' spark some emotion. You just gotta know how to control them, Johnson. That's what I've been battling. I ain't even say battling what I think I've been doing quite excellent with it so far though. Especially since, the incident I just got into recently with the neighbor and I realized that they were trying to bait me to do something to him or whatever. But now ever since then my perspective on how I react and how I let things affect me is completely changed. I mean, it's like it was the wildest epiphany. It's like I heard people say it, but sometimes you can warn a person not to do something and they still have to go and do it to experience like, oh damn, now I see why they said don't do that or that's not a good idea. Even though you can get a person the best advice in the world, sometimes they still gotta go against it to see that that advice was actually good. And that's how it was with the me, how I react to certain things, even via social media. You know, a lot of that stuff was just lame, like like bum shit, bro. It's just it serves no purpose. It literally serves absolutely no purpose. So I can't get into any of that. I'm not ever getting into any of that. Y'all would never ever hear me on YouTube talking about the next person or throwing subliminals or talking about what somebody said a year from now. And I ain't never going back to that. I don't care what anybody talk about. They could talk about my mama, Jesus Christ. You ain't gonna get a response to me. They could at me a million times. I don't care about none of that. Blah. Cause like I said, it's all just I don't know, just to waste your time, your energy, man. I ain't about to do nothing. This I gotta focus. I really gotta focus. I want to fight the program this year. I'm talking about harder than I ever did since I've been targeted. I mean, I really want to fight the program this year. I mean, fight it to the point where they might kill me this year. This year might be my year because I'm coming out swinging this year, 2024. I ain't taking no prisoners. Fire wise with the program. I just got a point to prove. I'm built for it tough. Like I said, I done seen dark days plenty times. We grew up in dark days. I'm talking about I done been homeless. I done been to the Salvation Army. I done slept in vacant apartments and slept in cars. I done did all that before targeting. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like I said, I know how to weather the storm. I know how to adjust in any environment. I know how to adapt in any situation. Not saying that I want to get in those situations, but if that's what it comes to, then I know how to survive in those situations. I know how to, without asking nobody for no sort of help. My pride completely clouds all of that. It's like I'm not going to. That's what a lot. I notice a lot of people be wanting you in that situation though, so they can hold that up over your head. That's probably why I don't ask family and relatives and shit like that for help whenever it is that I do need it. Because I be feeling like they just be waiting to give you a lecture about how you need to do this and you need to do that. And the whole time they don't even understand what it is that a person going through. Like they make the shit sound easy. They could give you all the best advice in the world, but when you tell them what you're going through and how hard it is for a target to do the normal shit that y'all could get up and do, y'all could get up and go to work without being, harassed, or y'all could submit applications and get callbacks, and y'all could go to the grocery store and get crowded and not knowing what it is, and y'all don't become overwhelmed with emotions, anxiety, stress, and y'all don't, because it's not, y'all not sensitized to it. Y'all don't know that it's going on to y'all just people being assholes and God, why is y'all on my back? Weirdo type shit like that. But to know what you're going through the program and to have regular people, regular ass people just, feel as though that they giving you the best advice in the world and think that it's just you not taking the advice and you just being lazy or some dumb shit like that is just, I don't like putting myself in that situation where I'm gonna have to actually deal with somebody like that who don't want to understand where I'm coming from or what I'm going through because they ain't gonna do nothing but kind of like upset me. I ain't gonna say get me in my emotions. 'Cause like I said, I've been working on that tenfold, so it's like I ain't about to let nobody toy with my emotions. I ain't gonna get mad. I don't want to fight. I don't want to do none of that. I'm just a bitch ass nigga. I don't got no point to prove. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Just to save the argument to have, but I'm just gonna turn out the cheek. You got it. I ain't got no. I'm not gonna get worked up or stressed. I'm not gonna get in no mental gymnastics with you or play no psychological. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just gonna surrender. You got it. Forget that I even said something. I apologize, and that's it. It ain't gonna hurt me doing that and ignoring it. It probably hurts certain individuals because they be wanting a more a more negative response or something like that. But they not gonna get it. Like I said, a lot of people like to kick you when you down. I ain't gonna give a motherfucker the opportunity to raise a foot. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna give them the one up on me. Not if I could help it anyway. No, no, no. I wish it was something we could do about the program, but I really don't. I really don't see it happen. They got millions and millions of civilians employed doing this shit, though. I don't see this program going nowhere, no time soon, especially when, they still got all these so-called alleged mass shootings going on and things of that nature. Whenever they keep pushing that type of agenda, domestic terrorism, all that means is more gang stalkers getting activated. Whenever that happens, more gang stalkers getting activated. So no, I really don't got faith in the program ending. It's like we just gotta, I don't know, we really gotta, like, this how you know all of them are in on it, because how is how is this not one of the biggest topics on the news circulating on social medias? How is gang stalking not one of the biggest topics discussed right now? Mainstream, like on nothing. This is how you know that they want this program to keep going on, and this program is here to fucking stay. Because there's no way you can ignore a worldwide program that's experimenting on its civilians with radiation, with military grade technology, using citizen citizens on patrol and things of that nature. Hell no. Everywhere you go as a targeted individual, the crime is going to increase in that community on a simple fact that you are there. They need a whole reason to come and harass you and target you. So you're going to see more fights, even though they probably be staged. You're going to hear more shooting, even though you live in one of the quietest neighborhoods there is. I mean, everything is just elevated. It's crazy. It's really crazy. If I was to cut on my camera right now, go get on the elevator and go outside, I'm talking about I could do a full lap around the parking lot. By that time, I'm gonna be crowded with one headlight vehicles, bright lights, and revving vehicles. This shit never fail. Never fail, man. These people are true losers, though, man. You gotta be, you don't know, man. You just gotta be a piece of shit, bro, to even agree to terms like this. You really have to be a mentally ill type of person to participate in some shit like this, though. Like I said, I'm baffled at how this is not one of the most talked about topics, like on social media and the news and things like this, because this is one of the biggest problems in the world, especially with the use of the technology that they selling people on. Especially, I mean, they do it so smart. That's why I say these people are literally genius, because they know how to control the masses. When you really think about that, they know how to control the masses. So, an example of that is they would tell you that the internet is good for us. We get high speed doing this. We can watch movies faster than ever. They sold us on things like that, but it's not telling us the dangers of it. Like that shit is killing us over time. The tumors, the cancer, this, that, and the third. It's just crazy how they could just really herd the masses and get so many people thinking one thing in one way, and it's all false information, or it's just a setup so they could implement their next step or the next technology they want to roll out. Even after they told people that they could use Wi-Fi to see through our walls, people was like, "Oh, okay, shit, that's cool." Like they could tell us with the technology. I posted an article on Facebook the other day, and they was talking about how they had a breakthrough with mind control technology. And then you read the article, it tells you how good it's going to be for those people who's paraplegic, or those people who can't talk, or those people who lost their hearing and things like that. But the whole article is based on mind control. The headline of the article was mind control. And they sold us this technology after telling us it's mind control on the premise that it could help a motherfucker talk. It could help a motherfucker write. It could help a motherfucker read. What? You talk about mind control. Talk about that part. But they done dumbed it down so much with all this BCI Neuralink. They didn't really desensitize people, having them thinking that playing with your brainwave activity is the thing to do. Yeah, give us access to your brainwave activities. Let us be able to control and know your emotions and what you're thinking. They really got people thinking that this shit is cool. It's amazing how they run these operations. You cannot deny it. How do they make the room shake and make the boom sound? They all that is frequencies and vibrations. Frequencies and vibrations. Frequencies and vibrations. That's the main technology they use on us. Whether it's energy based or what, it comes down to frequencies and vibrations. Because I used to go through that when we was living in the apartments where my targeting first went overt. That's why I wish I wasn't talking about the C19 so much on my first channel, because my evidence on there was immaculate. Like, the evidence was crazy. They had to get rid of that channel. The evidence was crazy. Yeah, but I believe that sound waves, ultrasonic waves, radio frequencies, microwaves, those things alone right there are gonna shake anything. Man, it's going crazy outside the window. I ready to close the window. I just don't know how people find the time and energy to be doing this all day. That shit pathetic, man. And another thing that I could say that's helping far wise is me being where I am now is it's hard for them to use the reverend vehicle tactic. I mean, you could hear it like two streets over, but in front of everywhere we live, they were able to put us directly by the street, and they could just rev all day. I'm talking about rev all day, catching me off guard, hot racing, pounding like somebody just startled me or scared me or some shit. So, so the noise, it has been a serious decrease in noise, but I also bought me some platinum headphones that cover the whole head as well too, though. So I combat the noise like that. But as I stated right here where I'm at, they don't generate a loud noise because a lot of old folks stay in this apartment building that I'm in. Don't get me wrong, you got some young folks here too, but I think the older folks outnumber the younger folks here. So I doubt that it be that much noise in here. So that's another aspect of the program that probably got slightly better for right now, for the moment, temporarily. So, I guess I am kind of grateful for that. But if I have to, I fall asleep with headphones on, to be honest. I don't know. It's just crazy, though. I was watching a video on TikTok, too, and one situation that the guy was speaking on reminded me on my situation where we were staying at these apartments called St. Luke's Apartments. And the neighbor upstairs was mimicking everywhere I walked in the house, though. It took me a little minute to realize, though, but how they caught my attention and made me notice is every time I came to a stop, they would drop something like directly over my head where I was standing. So I walked back into the bedroom, and you could just hear the footsteps walking with me back into the bedroom. I'll walk out of our bedroom, walk into one of the kids' room. The footsteps above me the whole time. They'll drop something to let me know they there. So I mean, it took me. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck are they doing this? So when I heard another target individual confirm that, or tell their testimony, and that was their testimony on how they caught on to them being targeted or whatever and whatnot. It just brought back flashbacks when masks became overt because I was wondering how they did that. And when they come out with this tech, when they come out with the information saying that they could see through walls using Wi-Fi and things of that nature, it just all makes sense. That's literally the only way they could do it unless they got cameras. But as I stated, they would have had to have cameras like all through the house in order to make every step that I make to be directly above me, to walk with me in every room, even in the bathroom. It just got crazy. It got crazy. Another tactic they was doing from the upstairs too was every other day their toilet was flooding. So of course it's gonna flood downstairs in the house. And like I said, I'm not picking up on this because the couple that lived upstairs was cool with me before my targeting. I was selling them weed. They was some of my best customers and they started to participate in it. They literally was my. It got real weird because James would come over there and book like $50 a weed from me, and he'd be like, don't tell my girl." And then his girlfriend would come over there and book $50 a weed from me, and be like, "Don't tell my girl." And it just, I don't know, they just started acting super weird. They started acting super weird, and like I said, the footsteps following me throughout the apartment was another red flag. And then one day James came in the house and he was grilling me about something. He was just kept on asking me questions. No, what it was he was trying to, he came and did something that he never did. The only businessman him ever had was me selling him weed. So what he started doing was coming down there talking about something. Where could he get an ounce of coke from or an ounce of crack from? And I looked at him like, bro, you don't even fucking sell that, bro. That ain't even your lane, bro. You never came and asked me that, bro. And then, like I said, after everything just started happening, I knew it was a setup. He started asking me what the guns was for sale. And just, I'm talking about when you see James, bro, he was a super lame, nobody do, a big goofy, like you're not even out here moving like that. Why are you asking me about coke and where you could get an ounce from and where you could get guns from? It just got real weird. So me knowing that, like I said, having some sort of street smarts, no, I don't know what. I don't deal with none of that, bro. You see what I got going on. I don't know what none of that you talking about. And it just got weirder and weirder. I feel like it just kept trying to set me up more and more. Like I said, and once I discovered the smart meter, and it was linked to their apartment unit, and he was following me around the unit. I said, "Oh yeah," I blasted him. I blasted his ass in person and posted him and his girl on my Facebook. Added them, let everybody know they was snitches and working with the cops. It's still on my Facebook right now to this day. And Shartiz Wells friends with me. Anybody who friends with me on YouTube, go to my photos 3 years ago and see it still out there. I won't play no game with no, especially nobody that I knew in the streets who was on this old gangsta and shit. I'm talking about I won't play no games with them. But now it's to the point where I just let them have it because it's all a setup. They want you in a negative state. They want you stressed out. They want you looking paranoid. They want you not able to trust nobody. So I straight developed that fuck it attitude. I don't even care as long as it ain't no immediate threat or nothing like that. I'm cool. I don't care nothing about it. I carry on a fake conversation with them. I give them a fake laugh, walk off, and act like I'm stupid and don't know what's going on. I swear that's what I do. Whole time I already know exactly what's going on and know who sent you, who you work for, what's your ulterior motive, what's your true intentions, and all that. I'm not even about to play these games with them. You got to get those bone. What is the name of them? Bone conducting. Those I think they call bone conducting headphones, or those, or find you some nice noise canceling jumps. But them bone conducting jumps I heard is real good too. I think they named bone conductors. I have to research so I ain't giving you. Once you type that in though, the headphones that I'm talking about will pop up. They definitely will pop up. I heard they very good. I just I just bought the big headphones that cover your entire ear though. They wired and they Bluetooth compatible, but I don't really want the Bluetooth because I mean I guess y'all probably already know that. The reason why from that. I try not to use Bluetooth too much. Fucking with this shit. Yeah, but they got some good bone conducting headphones. I heard a lot about that TIs using. Actually, a lot of the TIs that I heard talk about it came from a few Facebook groups who they all said they get the voice to skull, the voices in their head. Like, that's why I say a lot of people be spreading misinformation because a lot of people be on YouTube talking about that they be suffering from that when I talk to people who suffer from it and it's completely different from what I be hearing on YouTube. They said that they be like actually hearing voices like someone is talking in their head type shit, like a walkie talkie, like voices. They could make it loud or whatever. But yeah, a lot of those people who I talk to who experience that say that they use those type of headphones to help with it. So I figured they definitely could help a little bit with that. There with the noise campaign, it should be easy breezy. But that's what I do now when I'm outside. Whenever I'm walking my mama dog, whenever I'm taking the trash out, I make sure I go out there with my headphones on, music blasting. I don't know what nobody's saying. I don't know if you coughing walking past me. I don't know if you laughing or none of that. I ain't petting. I don't know if it's a direct, indirect conversation. I don't know what the fuck going on. I got the music blasting in my ear. I don't give a thought about I wonder if they said something. I don't care nothing about that. In order for me to hear it, they're gonna have to tap me on my shoulder and get my attention, and I'm gonna have to take them off to hear what they gotta say. Other than that, I ain't hearing none of that shit. I'm really not gonna care too much about the program besides the electronic harassment part. It's hard not to speak up about that part, to be honest. I'm surprised I don't hear, not that I want to, but I'm surprised I don't hear more targets talking about that. Like I said, a lot of that material stuff and things that I heard people talk about, I don't that don't move me. But the financial sabotage, I could resonate to that, because that's probably part of the program that bothers me and shit too. Far wise material. I done bought enough shoes back in my dope dealer days. I ain't done bought shoes since I'd have been targeted. And I still got like 15 pair of shoes that's in great condition because I barely wear them. I take care of. What I did notice about my shoes though is a lot of my on my right shoes, a lot of the shoestring tips, the plastic part that you use for your shoestring that you drive through the hole to lace them up. I did notice on like 5 pair of my shoes, the right one is clipped. Like I did notice that today though, but I still don't give a fuck. I don't know if that's the program. I know I ain't walking and stepping on my shoestrings because, like I said, I take care of. But I did notice that about like 4 different pair of shoes today. But like I said, shit like that, I don't care. I don't give a fuck nothing about nothing like that. I'm actually gonna go drop some in the donation yellow box in the next couple of days when I go up there to storage. Like I said, I put probably like 5 pair of shoes up in storage because I got a big duffel bag that I got with me now at my mom's house with my big tub full of the clothes that that's okay. And I got a book bag full of clothes. Other than that, see, when I say I got a whole duffel bag of shoes that I'm walking around with that I well not walking around with because I just got them stored up on my mouth. I'm not about to be doing all that. I'm gonna donate a lot of them shits. I mean, like I said, I barely wear them. So I ain't gonna even have no shoe connection. They don't wear them and they just, get wrecked or just taking up space or, for whatever I'm in this situation, I gotta lug them around because I was doing the same thing when we were bouncing back and forth to the hotel room. I got a whole big ass, super big duffel bag full of shoes, but that shit's stupid. I don't need all that. I gotta get rid of some of that shit. point is to even have all that? I don't even be caring about that no more. All the clothes, if y'all see me posting anything and I look decent, I promise you a lot of that shit is super old. 3, 4 years, like I said, I ain't bought me no clothes or that in 3, 4 years. I mean, I bought enough when I was doing what I was doing in the streets. Some shit I still barely even wear, especially a lot of winter stuff. I don't even be caring about. I don't even be caring about that. I don't be trying to impress nobody or none of that. I mean, I do want to look half decent when I step out in the world, or I ain't just gonna go out there looking like anything. I don't even care if I was homeless or not. Wherever it is, I'm gonna look some kind of way. I just think, oh, I ain't gonna, I could be homeless, but I ain't gonna look it. You can bet that. I ain't gonna be that type, man. I believe that's man's first law, not self-preservation, but just how you look and present yourself to the world. I think that weighs a lot, and I think that matters a lot on how the world look at you and treat you. Though, say for instance, not the people who's involved in your gang stalking, because you could go to a whole new state, make a random stop at a restaurant or something, and go in. But if you looking bummy and stuff like that, you gonna get weird looks. You gonna get weird attention and shit like that. That's me anyway. That's how I think. That's how I think. Oh no, AirPods. I ain't going Bluetooth when it comes to headphones. I ain't putting nothing like that around my head that's Bluetooth that could be hacked. No, sir. I'm not gonna even do that. Back in the day, I would when I went thinking about the effects of EMF and electronic harassment. Yeah, I definitely had my AirPods. I got my Apple Watch on. I don't got none of that shit no more. I gave all that shit away. I gave it away. I ain't selling it. I gave my cousin my AirPods and my Apple Watch. Matter of fact, I got my 12 Pro Max still wrapped up in aluminum foil from 3, 4 years ago. I got that in one of my book bags right now, still wrapped in aluminum foil right now. I haven't cut that bitch on in 3.5, 4 years, and I ain't gonna cut it on. They violated me tremendously with the iPhone technology. That's it. I ain't never purchased no iPhone type shit again. Next thing you know, I'm a downgrade for real to a flip phone. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I don't know what happened to my other flip phone I was using when I was out there, but that's what I'm really gonna end up doing. If I get another smart device, it's gonna be one of them jobs that I don't ever hook up to no network. It's gonna be an airplane mode, and I'm using it specifically to record or to document. Other than that, I'm definitely gonna end up downgrading back to one of them old school flip phones too. Somebody grandma's probably still walking around with. I ain't gonna keep on playing with these people and this technology, even though that's where the world is going though. But I'm gonna try to minimize my use on it, although I'm talking on a device now and shit like that. But for the most part, I really got to try to break away from that type of shit because they utilize any of that. I believe if anything could be connected to the Wi-Fi or if anything is Bluetooth capable, that they could turn that shit into a weapon. I was actually watching a video. I don't know how true this is, but I was watching a video on Facebook the other day, and this older white couple, her husband is into downloading. He do video like editing. He been doing it for I believe he said like 30 years, right? And he said how when he be downloading movies and he be getting the soundtracks and the movies and the audio files from it, he said when he downloaded Leave the World Behind and the file sync, he said he seen something that he never seen before. He said throughout that whole movie that Elfways was being emitted through the movie Leave the World Behind. And if what he's saying is true, then these people then found a way to weaponize movies, not on no psychological programming or no predictive programming shit. I mean like literal weapons where you're watching a movie and it's giving off elf waves, extreme low frequencies, bro. And y'all can look this video up. Y'all gonna pop it up and y'all gonna see what he's talking about. He gonna go and download different moves and show y'all how it comes when it download. Then he's gonna go and download. Then he's gonna go and download Leave the World Behind. When he downloaded that, it came with an extra file, and that whole audio file is extreme low frequencies. I promise you. Like I said, I don't know how real it is, but the old white guy don't look like he got no reason to lie. And he said he done did this with thousands of movies, and this is the first thing he ever seen like this in a movie. So if that's really the case, then it's like we fuck. Anytime they could weaponize a movie, they literally weaponize a movie. We fuck. Ain't nothing safe. Literally ain't nothing safe. I'm not gonna keep playing with these people and this technology. That shit is spooky. That shit's scary. Technology is growing at an exponential rate. And I mean, and they finding new ways, new methods to get us sick, to brainwash us, to hypnotize us, to subliminally program us, to harm us, to I'm talking about slow kill, you name it. These people are, bro, I'm talking about evil geniuses, bro. I try not to mix this shit with that spooky talk, but when you see the magnitude of the things that these people do in the program, only like one could only wonder, like, are they even really human, bro? It takes I don't know, it takes a wild person. Do you know why when you speak or move, they start to twitch and scratch their ears, some weird body movements? Why is that? I really don't know why they do that. I have dealt with that. When my targeting became overt, I used to deal with that a lot though. Like they'll walk past our window. We had a gate surrounding the apartment complex, and our back patio. When we look out of it, we looking right at the gate, and this gate had like you know how the grass and the ivy and all that grow so tall that it tangle up in the gate. It had got so bad that we can't see through the gate. When they renovated these apartments, the first thing they did was cut down the section right there in our patio so I could see the main street and the church across from it. So what a lot of people used to do is walk past that and do exactly what you're saying. They'll rub their ear, they'll look at the patio, spit on the ground, and keep walking. It's like everybody was doing that. I don't know why they do that shit, but that's where I got it from. If y'all watch some of my videos where I was on live and I went outside, y'all see me walk past a car that I think is a gang stalker. That's exactly where I got it from. So now it's so crazy. It became a habit to me. So I always spit in front of their path. I always spit in front of the path of the car, wherever they walking. I still do that to this day. And I got it from them though. That's what made me start doing it. Like the fuck? Cool, all right, we can play that game. And it's to the point where that's what I do to them now. Whenever they cross my path and gotta walk somewhere, spit right in their path. I ain't lying, I definitely do. I don't know why they do that shit though. I don't even be trying to put no thought into nothing like that. The shit brainless. I mimic them on that shit. I spit right on the ground to keep it moving. I don't know what it's supposed to do or what. I don't know. Some of the time people do it that may not even be doing it because of the game. It probably just be a normal reaction or something they just did. I don't know. I don't even try to figure no dumb shit like that out. I I could care less about anything like that. I never care about nothing like that. I promise you I won't. Long as don't, long as don't spit on me, we cool. Go ahead and do what you gonna do, player. I don't care. I ain't think about it. You can rub your ear, you can rub your hair, you can touch your nose. I don't give a goddamn. That's your nose, your hair, your ear, your face. I ain't looking at you long enough to see what you ready to do anyway. I promise you ain't even about to get my attention like that. You ain't gonna have me to the point where I'm captivated by looking at you and to see what type of body movements you gonna do and all that shit. I could care less. As long as it ain't nothing in no threatening manner, nothing that's, no imminent threat. I promise you, I don't care about none of that. I ain't gonna never care about it. Not that aspect. It's certain aspects of the program that I honestly don't care about. And I don't even mention. Direct conversation is another one. I don't care nothing about none of that neither. They had kids playing in front of our apartment like 2 days before we actually moved out. And the kids was running past the front door saying, "Come here, Toto. Come here, Toto." Now, Toto is our dog name. Since we had Toto, it'll be 3 years on like February the 9th is his birthday. I never heard nobody else with the dog named Toto or near us said, "Come here, Toto." Never ever. But shit like that really don't bother me. You know, of course I heard it, acknowledged it, but I just find shit like that funny. That ain't nothing to trigger me or get me upset or paranoid or none of that. I ain't about to make a video about it or nothing. I spoke on it, granted, because I'm on the topic at hand now, but I never would even got mentioned. I never make a video about some dumb shit like that. I promise you, I won't. Like I said, I don't know. Certain tactics deal with people. I mean, you know, my thoughts about leave the world behind. Shit, I mean, it's self-evident. I ain't about to keep feeding into all that propaganda and what they want us to know gonna happen. We already know what's gonna happen. We already know what they gonna do. We already know what's gonna happen, and we already know what's gonna come true for sure. So my thoughts about that is just fuck them. I'm trying to leave the world behind. All I'm trying to leave this bitch behind right now as we speak. I'm well. Let's leave the world behind because this bitch trash. The world trash right now. It's like we in a whole nother parallel universe shit. Because for real, before Gangstalker, I even knew the term or started experiencing it. I'm talking about I never in a million years would have thought something like this was even going on. The world seemed somewhat normal to me. Now that I know this is going on, this bitch is completely crazy. They out of control here. This bitch is like the down below or some shit. For real, it's weird because I guess that takes you back to that analogy or the example a lot of people use where they live. Once you put them glasses on, boy, it ain't really no taking them off like on that movie. The world trash. We need to leave this bitch behind anyway because they done wrecked this motherfucker. Ain't nothing real. The air contaminated, water contaminated, food contaminated, animals contaminated, the humans contaminated. These people that literally fucked up everything beautiful about the world. Everything. These people need to go. They released them. They released the Epstein flight logs. Ain't not one person gonna get locked up. That's just how they control, disseminate the information, and desensitize everybody. Keep everybody in the uproar and keep us distracted. They release. I ain't seen not one person get locked up yet from the Epstein list. And it makes sense though because it's like, what evidence do they have? I mean, they didn't make it public to us, so they ain't make the videos or the just the videos or anything, with SAR. What is this? SRA, none of that. They ain't even tell us if they had that or not. They said, yeah, well, this person name was on the flight log. Ain't that gonna happen? Because they kicked it to the world like that because they want us to think that they don't have no major evidence on us. So telling us that a motherfucker was on a flight log, that's psychology. Because what is that gonna prove? I mean, yeah, we know that they was on the flight log and went there, but it's easy for them to say that, well, we ain't see none of that. We ain't engaged in none of that because it's like, what proof do we have that they did? Although we know that they did, but it's not like the FBI gonna unseal the videos and say we got videos of them doing this and that, knowing Epstein had all of that, but they ain't gonna tell us that. All this shit is just smoke and mirrors, man. They just playing the world like a fiddle. Oh Lord, I ain't about to keep caught up in that shit. I wanna get prepared for when the shit hit the fan. I'm talking about ammo, food, a place to duck off, your regular necessities to survive in the wild, to survive without, being able to go to a hospital, knowing how to survive off the land, know how to catch a fucking bunny rabbit if you hungry or a fish for real. That's the main focus. That's what everybody needs to be focused on right there. Learning how to be self-sustained. But like I said, that's probably like the hardest thing to do as a target individual. But I think that if a few good, let's say five to eight targeted individuals who had some type of financial stability like really wanted to get a movement started, it would be invested into a couple of acres and getting some like a big ass manor built on that bitch, like the X-Men Academies or some shit. I'm talking about something like that. Whether if we got to get tiny homes or build that bitch on our own or whoever, like a sanctuary for TIs or some shit like that, and then starting a movement or something to that effect. Other than that, I really don't see anything going on. Just a whole bunch of us talking about our individual problems within the program. But far wise, it's unity getting together and really trying to put a dent in this bitch and shine light on it. I like to see it, but it's like I don't see it. I ain't gonna sell myself short. I don't see it really happening. I don't see it happen because, like I said, the program will fuck with you mentally to the simple fact that it could be those same 5 to 8 targeted individuals trying to do that. But the one normal thing that they do is gonna have the next one looking at them side eye, wondering if they're perp because we gotta watch what we say, we gotta watch our mannerisms, we gotta watch everything. If we cough, if we sneeze, I'm talking about tying the shoe, if a motherfucker even rub their head, all that's gonna set off a person who's been mentally distraught by the program. It's just gonna cause friction. So that's the psychological aspect of putting us through all of this shit. Make us, not able to tell who's who. Although some of us got discernment, I guess the vet stage and from seeing hearing testimony and seeing evidence to probably shine a little light on it. But all that shit could be staged too, especially if we were to get a couple of acres and a building put on it and we was actually get some momentum, like building up towards to really like to try to attack this program far wise from a legal standpoint. Yeah, like I said, I mean, you gotta understand we dealing with I'm talking about motherfuckers who be in a war room. We ain't dealing with no dumb group of individuals. They were smart enough to put the program in place and to have this bitch up and running this long. So, it ain't like I said, we don't really got the resources. We ain't got the knowledge. We ain't got the power to really compete with them. And then, like I said, we so spaced out and all of us, isolated and fucked up mentally per se, like trust fucked up and shit. So that's the biggest obstacle of them all right there. That's literally the biggest obstacle. So I really don't. Like I said, I like to be optimistic about it. I like to feel like there's a fighting chance, but part of me just I don't know, just face reality, face what it is. I mean, just open your eyes. Do it look like it's gonna get better? Do it look like it's getting better? I don't hear nobody speaking about it. Like I said, they ain't gaining no traction. And even if they got it so they got it buried in shadow banned so much. If you get on Facebook and you hashtag gang stalking, the same 12K thousand posts is what they got numbered. Like it don't never grow. The hashtags on gang stalking don't never grow. Although I know hundreds of targeted individuals is using that hashtag on the daily. It's always 12K. The number don't go above it. If you type it hashtag right now on YouTube, you'll see what I'm saying. The number don't grow. They got that shit blacklist. They not count every hashtag from gang stalking. That's another way to keep that shit under wraps. They don't let it trend. They'll never let it trend. They don't let it gain no traction. They literally got that bitch like shadow banned for sure. The whole the whole hashtag gang stalking and shadow ban. Y'all just get on social media and pay attention to it whenever y'all hashtag it and see how many posts they say. That joke will say like 12K posts, 14K posts. The number don't ever grow. By the end of 2024, that bitch still gonna be saying 14K posts about gang stalking, knowing good goddamn well that that's a lie. That's because I could verify hundreds of targeted individuals is hashtagging that. Crazy. But they ain't gonna let the world see that. Why would they? That defeat the purpose of what they trying to achieve and what they got going on. Like I said, the people who's running the show though, they strategic as hell. They far from dumb. They know exactly what they was doing to the point where they put certain laws in place. And then when it comes to that legal aspect, we really don't know nothing because everything we thought we knew about the legal system is wrong. The words on how they use it and everything. That's where that Black's Law kick in. At. Like I said, they smart. I ain't even lie. I'm talking about war room planning. It's crazy for real. Yeah, going through the tactics. See, but if you pay it too much time, it could be overwhelming. Like I said, it's a lot of the tactics that don't bother me at all. I'm talking about at the slightest. So I wouldn't dare give some of the tactics the light of day, to be honest. For what? I mean, I already got enough on my plate dealing with the program and things that matter in the program. I ain't gonna let something so minute like touching your nose or, anything like that even bother me. Like I said, we human though, so it's only, I don't know, only so much so certain people could take, before you feel some type of way. I ain't saying before you lash out, just before your emotions or you get irritated to get an emotional response or a reaction. I mean, that's just part of being human. You got to be somewhat of a sociopath to just not let any of the program bother you, no emotions to anything that goes on. I say, yeah, you like a sociopath, some shit. I wish I could get it to that point. I definitely wish I could. Watch my hands. I don't know though. Gotta figure something out though. Like I said, I definitely would love to see targeted individuals come together. Damn, why ain't grab me a bottle of water while I was out there? I gotta close this window too. It's cold in here. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I pray some shit. A lot of people be like hell bent on that religious. I kind of like that. Kind of like I ain't gonna say pisses me off because without faith, what do we have? But it's like I don't know. A lot of them religious people want to just wait for the Savior to come back instead of us just uniting and really making noise about this program, man. They just say, get right with God and this, that, and the third, and which I don't knock anybody believes, but it's like when it's gonna be a time for action. It's like I don't wanna keep on sitting back waiting on somebody who really don't none of us even know exists. We all learn from the same, know about it from the same book that's somebody owned the publishers to. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Of course, we know somebody created us. We can all agree on that. Something created us. But I mean, we don't know what. And just for people to rely solely on something like that before they decide to stand up and do something about it themselves, I don't know. That just never set well with me. Just to be honest, if I'm being honest about it, not to poop on nobody religion or beliefs, because like I said, me I don't I don't judge people. I don't feel no type of way if you believe in Buddhism, Christianity, or whatever it is you subscribe to, or whatever, whatnot. But like I said, a lot of those people who do subscribe to it would rather just wait on the savior to come, wait for the scatter crack, and wait for some entity that they really don't know exists. You don't nobody know how he sound, don't nobody know how he look, don't nobody even know if he actually wrote the book, nobody witnessed it. I mean, it's none of this. We all learned the same story from the same book. So it's like I don't know, like I said, it just made people like I ain't gonna say docile, but like I don't know, just not wanting to stand up, not wanting to do nothing. They just want to sit around and wait. I don't want to sit around and wait. I want to organize and attack from a legal standpoint. I don't want to wait, especially on something that I don't know is guaranteed. Like, who's to say that there's a heaven or hell? Who's to say that it's eternal life? Who knows what comes after this? But everybody speaks so firmly about it as if they know without a shadow of a doubt that it's all true. When really that's just bullshit. Don't nobody know that, but they will argue to you to death and they don't have no proof to present. Their proof would be whatever religious book they subscribe to. And it's, I don't know, to me, I just find that somewhat odd that, people rely solely on things like that. But that's just my opinion, though. Hope I ain't crucified at the stake for having that, though. I don't know. Like I said, I think all this shit was just cleverly like designed to make people not want to rise up and shit. That's what I think. I think we all been had for real. And then from what I understood and grasped, it said gods in the book with a S, speaking on more than one. And this is in different religious scribes and texts. So it's like people be stuck on. Don't talk about the other gods though. So what other gods are they? I mean, it's just weird, bro. Like I said, bro, I don't know. Like I said, it's hard to it's hard for people to learn about something like that and to just discard it or abandon it and to stop believing in it, which I'm not saying do. It's just that what what else y'all willing to do? That's what everybody want to do is sit back and wait for a savior. Like we haven't even witnessed the first coming, and everybody is waiting on the second coming. I just find that very strange and odd. Who really knows what's going on after we die? Who know that there's eternal salvation? Who could really verify any of this? It cannot be verified. It cannot be proven to be real, bro. But I know what's real right now, what we're going through. That could be proven. What could be also proven is that target individuals is not uniting and we won't change. We expect change, but ain't none of us uniting. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just weird. That's just my way of thinking. It just don't make sense. We would all stay isolated rather than to unite and to try to handle this ourselves as a collective. It's weird not to go that route. I mean, we harass, torture, and electronically harassed. I'm talking about stalk, surveil every day. It's like, why not take the gamble to end the program for real? It's like, why not? I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. It's like, I don't know if people scared or people just content and got like Stockholm syndrome or got so used to like going through the program of their own. And like I said, the trust being fucked up or what, but going about it the way we doing, me as well. I'm included in this, not uniting, not trying to get other TIs together and shit like that. Like I said, it's hard. It's easier said than done. But I don't see many. I don't see many really Like we mentioned it, but I don't really see no one acting on it. And I just don't understand how we expect change if ain't nobody really fighting for change. Document it, telling our story. I guess it's cool. It help other targeted individuals who discover gang stalking that they're a victim of it, give them the heads up on what they could expect, what to look out for. But after that, then it's what? It's still 100,000 of us on social media posting the exact same thing. And you want to know what they call that shit? Mass psychosis. That's what they calling it. This is how fucking genius they is, because the same people who's responsible for this shit control the information, control the propaganda, control the narrative on it. So basically, they've written us off worldwide. And anybody talking about this, that you're experiencing this, you're paranoid schizophrenic, and you're suffering from mass psychosis. They got to the point where they telling us what we feeling with our body. That the pains and the jolts and involuntary muscle movements is all in our head. This shit is crazy. It's really crazy when you think about it. For real, I definitely would love to unite. I'm talking about by the boatloads. I'm talking about by the boatloads. I'm talking about people we talking about walking with faith and want to subscribe to a religion, and they don't even want to walk with faith in a situation like this. They just want to talk about the faith and just it's coming. Jesus gonna return. You just adore find Jesus. You when really the people who's telling you this haven't found them themselves. They haven't found them themselves. When you ask them, have you found them? They're gonna tell you a bunch of it's gonna be gaslighting. When you really listen to them to see what they're saying, no offense, but it's gaslighting. You haven't found them. You found them? What do he look like? What do he sound like? How tall is he? Where did you find him at? And it's gonna be some old dumb shit. I found him in my hot. Man. All right, all right. You found him in your hot. So that's I don't like stuff like that because it's like playing with me mentally, bro. Because for real, I've been searching. So it's like God ducking me. I ain't found him in my hot. He don't want to talk to me. I mean, is he talking to y'all? What he saying? Like I said, how he sounds? Is he baritone? Or is his voice squeaky? Just tell me something. But they can't ever tell me nothing. You just gotta have faith. That's what all of them say. No solutions at the end. Just follow God, and they not even really following them. They because they don't even know him. Who know him? Nobody know him. Nobody. Not saying that he don't exist or they exist. If it's more than one or however it goes, I'm not saying that these entities don't exist. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is there's no proof. And I'm not going off a book that somebody owned publishing to. Why would I do that? Somebody's getting paid. Someone's making money off of this book. Why would I believe that what it's saying is true? And somebody's literally the Bible's not free. You can get online right now and buy a Bible. If that was the word of God, how's you putting the price on the word of God? That don't make sense. I just think people need to have more faith in themselves, more faith in us as individuals. That's all I'm saying. I don't think God gonna come and round us up and go to war with the angels versus demons, and I don't think it's gonna be none of that, man. I think that these people is playing us psychologically, and this has been one big Santa Claus type lie that keep us docile and not wanting to stand up. They say it's so contradictory. It tell you to turn the other cheek 1 minute, then it tell you to go slaughter these people in the name of him. I'm just saying it's just all over the place. Ain't nothing getting resolved. I don't want to sit back and have faith and wait to be saved by an invisible entity. I don't want to waste my time just waiting on someone to come back. Don't nobody even know what year we really in. They done created time out of nothing. Don't nobody even know when the 2,000 years supposed to be up. So we ain't experienced it yet. Nobody alive don't got, nothing. Nothing. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to sit back and just keep waiting on none of that, bro. Not me. Yeah, but that's trash. I think we really need to just muscle up and take that leap of faith in each other. People who we could discern that know that's really going through this program. Like I said, that's probably like a scary feat for somebody to take, though. Especially to try to give up what little life we have left because of the program and to revert back to nothing and trying to become self-sustainable. All of that shit is probably scary to a lot of folks because we talk the talk, but who's really like 100% trying to do some shit like that, like a breakaway civilization? Who's really trying to go back to the point where we going to the creek or going to the river to catch our fish to eat? I'm talking about everybody in the village got their own chores, collecting the fruits, the berries, chopping the wood, and I'm saying, I'm talking about we done became so lazy as a race, as the human race because of the technology. So it's like half of us right now, not more than half, wouldn't be able to survive if EMP was to hit this bitch right now. 90 days, I'm talking about 90% of us is gonna be dead. Those are facts. I really think TI need to get together. That's the only option to even putting a dent in this program. Literally, like I said, it's just like those experiments that they was running, like with the 100 monkeys when they dropped the pears on the island with the monkeys, and the monkeys end up one monkey end up realizing that he could wash the pear off in the river, wash the sand off, where now the pear is is edible. They did, so all the monkeys that picked up on it in the island to the point where monkeys 100 miles away end up picking up on it because they saying how they were consciously connected or whatever or whatnot. I think it'll spark a few like that if if targeting individuals was to get together in the United States. I'm talking about by the hundreds and the thousands because I know it's some thousands in the United States. If we were to do that, that would spark it worldwide type shit, bro. They'll have to do something unexpected, but they're really counting on. They know that we're not going to get together. They know that we're not. That's why they run so many psychological games on us, having us thinking that most of our families not in on it, or some of them in on it, or the friends that we have, some of them trade on us, cousins, co-workers, so on and so forth. They do that to let us know that yeah, it's not safe to trust anybody, which is real, which is real. But that's where the discernment come in. We got niggas got to break through that barrier. We see other TIs support other TIs on social media, but that's the furthest. So y'all trust them on social media and YouTube, but when trust them in real life is weird. I don't know, it's just weird. We ain't gonna beat them in a court of law right there. I promise you, because they gonna destroy each and every one of us individually. And I mean, like in the court of law, ain't no paperwork gonna get through. That shit gonna get thrown out right out the gate. I think people really need to start brainstorming. I'm gonna have to go outside the box and start looking at different content when it comes to like gang stalking, like your Lynn Burrs and stuff like that. That's I don't know. Some people who's willing to really go that extra mile into really getting this bitch resolved and end. None of that. I don't know how real targeted justice is. I ain't never been one to go on there. I ain't submit no evidence on there. I heard good about it and I heard bad about it. Don't know if it's a psyop or not. But for them to be who I heard about and to be doing what they doing, ain't nothing happened yet. Ain't nothing that happened yet. It just seems like that's a big Ponzi scheme that the people who target us put together themselves. They taking donations and collecting our evidence. Ain't nothing that happened yet. And they come out and say, yeah, we just filed a new class action civil lawsuit. Who is we? How is all that's going to get paid or compensated, or how all our testimony is going to get heard? It's taking mighty long. Ain't nothing that happened. Y'all still collecting money and donations, though. No, thank you. That don't sound like a Ponzi scheme to me. I mean, it might not be. This ain't me saying that it is. I'm just saying what it sounds like to me. Ain't nothing happened. They ain't talking about you night. None of that. They no sir. I ain't sending them nothing. I ain't gonna type in an email address on their website. I ain't even visiting them. I don't follow no targeted justice accounts or none of that because I believe it's all bullshit, bro. It might not be, but I'm just saying that's how I feel about it. I don't think nobody is trying to stand up and go against the Five Eyes and the military industrial complex. There ain't no group of individuals they gonna allow to do that. Targeted justice would have got wiped off the internet and blew off the face of the earth before they allow that. I honestly believe it's the same people targeting us. That's just what I believe. So agents would try to infiltrate the TI society. Yeah, that's for sure. They definitely will. You know, that's coming. They did that with every major activist group, every movement that ever encountered. Oh, that's coming for sure. And I heard 90% of the TIs on social media are fake. I could definitely believe that. I have a hard time believing any of them, but I give them the benefit of the doubt if they're not talking about the electronic torture and the things that I experience. Anyway, I believe a lot of it be fake because that's the main thing I talk about in my targeting. It's the vibration of the body, the heart palpitations, the involuntary muscle movements, the pressure on the brain, the loud frequencies in my ear. I'll talk about, I believe, a toenail falling off because of this joke. I done lost a few dreads. I'm talking about they radiate me bad. That's the part of the program I be wanting to hear people talk about, but it don't be that. But I be seeing some of the gang stalking, or is it just that I'm so sensitized that anything normal because gang stalking is running rampant in every city. So it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing to stage evidence, and that's easy for them. That's easy for them. That's easy. I don't know. Like I said, it's just one big mindfuck for real. One major mindfuck. Whole cat and mouse chasing our own tail thing. I'm just ready for it to be over for real. I know when it's all. I told my mom the other day, when I died, I don't want nobody to cry for me. Just know I'm happy. My mama said that's some selfish shit. I ain't selfish. I just want y'all to know I don't want it to come unexpectedly or expectedly. If y'all know something that I don't know, I mean, however you want to frame it. I'm just saying that shit. Don't moan for me. Trust me, I'm happy not to be suffering no more. I ain't even lying. For real. I'll talk about the sleep deprivation part of it. Like I said, when we're in our own apartment and they know we're gonna be there for a while up to a year, the torture is relentless. It's to the point where as soon as I close my eyes and they think I'm about to go to sleep, I get jolted back awake. I told y'all I was averaging like 3 hours of sleep. I'm talking about I'm running on films. Literally don't know how I just been surviving that long, to be honest. I know my health could took a turn for the worse for our wises. I mean, I just noticed little different things. I'm getting sick back to back and things of that nature. At one point in my life before Target, I won't never get sick the whole COVID 19, the whole pandemic. I never been sick, didn't wear a mask, didn't do none of that. Now within the last 2.5 to 3 months, I've been sick twice, or at least an upset stomach, and whatever that little bug that I had that had me with the chills and things of that nature. But I mean, I kind of understand too to be getting radiated with the technology and not doing anything to combat it far wise as working on your health. Health alignments and problems like that is bound. It's only a matter of time before they arise. So I definitely understand that as well too. So I'm definitely gonna be combating that though, but for the most part, I don't really want to keep talking about. I don't want to keep talking about gang stalking for real, especially if ain't nothing getting done about it. I mean, it's pointless. I find it pointless anyway. I don't know. I'm just sick of the program. I just want to live a regular life. I don't want to sell my soul tonight. Just had a little goals, set a little goals, achieve them. It's like you couldn't even enjoy a family vacation. You can't enjoy a night at the bar. I mean, they make everything unpleasant and uncool though. Like you gotta have some serious restraint. You really gotta be in tune with yourself to, to enjoy a lot of the normal shit that society has to offer. But it's like then again, it's like who I don't know, because it make you when you see all this going on and how many people is involved. And it's like, shit, do I even want to be a part of society? Anyway, society brainwashed for real, tweaked out. But then again, those are the people who's allowed to prosper in life, to live a regular life and shit like that. So it's a double-edged sword for real. Cause, being aware of what's going on, that shit is really a gift and a curse. Probably more of a curse than it is a gift for real. So I don't know. Like I said, you got a few ways of looking at that because knowing ain't always good. Like I said, I see things that go on. Being that I've been over here with my mom, because I told you I don't even be coming to see my family if it ain't, the cousins who was staying with me. When Gang Stalker hopped on with me, I blocked so many families on social media because they won't try to listen to me. I feel like they involved in it. Who knows? They could be. Like I said, I ain't saying they ain't, but they don't. I don't really get perked around them, especially since being here, my mama's job, I've been the majority of the time in the extra room and shit. So I barely interact with them except if it's in the morning, I'm going out there to get something to eat, or I'm running out and then I come back in the house and so on and so forth. We don't sit around laughing, hee ha ha. I mean, they do with my younger brother and sister, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. Like I said, I don't feel the perk vibes really coming from them, or I could be in denial because they family, and I just don't think that they would do shit like that. But who knows? Like I said, who knows? All I know is something got to be done about this program instead of just chatting about it on social media because likes, clicks, and all that ain't even really helping. I mean, I could see if it was at least funding, combating the financial situation if you really was being targeted and you could make money off of social media or YouTube and shoot for the stars because every targeted individual need every little financial advantage that they could get, to be honest. So that's why I don't shun people who say that they target individuals with a big channel or target individuals who's making somewhat decent money where they can at least somewhat survive with the little monthly money that they making off YouTube. I mean, I commend shit like that because, like I said, we all know about the financial sabotage. So if you could make some money through your pain by, talking about it and telling the world what you endure and tactics and document, then definitely shoot for the stars. I definitely encourage that. I just hate to be at a disadvantage because ain't nothing fair. We, you know, going down the world trying to sustain on like your basic necessities and things that we need in life for our lives is money and a half. 1,000 obstacles in our way every day from the moment we wake up to the moment we submit an application to the moment we don't get a call back. Just all of that shit. It's just, jeez, like I said, it get to the point where I don't want to play those type of games. I'd rather try to get me a business going and let them try to crash that or mess with that because I see some, like I said, I see some targeted individuals who is okay and like got their own businesses like a Ti older Ti who say he a Ti out there in like New Jersey or something. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna make a video about them just so I can show you about a few of them. They still got, businesses. They got their job. They got a nice size house. They speak out about the program, but who knows? All that could be just bullshit, street data. They could be agents, or who knows? Because real target individuals, I know, all that get taken from them. I mean, literally, all that get taken from them. I'm talking about life get extremely hard. For some people, it just look like it's just mellow. It's they on cruise control. Not saying that I want to see them lose shit or that I believe them if they lose shit. It's just I question things like that because I know how hard they go on me. So it's like, what makes my targeting more difficult? Maybe my personality or the profile they built on me. So I ain't gonna act like I'm oblivious and don't have like no theories about it. Probably based on that, they know how my attitude was. And then, like I said, got a criminal background that started when I was 18. I am 40, and last time I've been in trouble was 8 years ago. So my profile could be solely based different based on the type of person that, my criminal background reflected on, like I'm a problem or, I'm crazy or some shit like that. So that's probably why I'm as, like I said, but who knows? This is just me theorizing. But as I stated, some targeted individuals, you know, life definitely seems better than mine, especially the ones that I'm friends with that's out of state. I mean, their trucks be polished. I don't never see nothing wrong with it. They got the nice house, two little doggies with them. I mean, they got their own business, still doing this, doing that. So maybe it's possible. I mean, it seems like I would never fucking know to maintain a life like that. Like I said, since this junk hopped off with me, it's just been problems after problems. I'm talking about from on top of the mountain all the way to the bottom of the mountain. I gotta try to climb all the way back up again. And it's hard when you got somebody tripping you every step of the way. I can't even take a step without getting knocked back three or four. It's kind of productive. Like I said, it wouldn't make me feel better to see every targeted individual going through that. It's just like, is that, like I said, it leaves one to question, though. I'd be insane if I don't question that because it's like, what the fuck? Like, why am I targeting that light? Why is mine so extreme, bro? What the hell going on? Somebody lying. That's how I be looking at it, man. Somebody lying. But they might not be lying. I mean, it's like I really would never know because so much, misdirection is being used in the program. So much gaslight, so much psychological games. Like, I don't know, bro. It's like hard to distinguish what's real and what's fake, who's real and who's fake. So I really don't even get caught up in that, especially who's fake aspect. But it do leads me to wonder how, some people can maintain so well while being targeted. You just got to think about that. Why is that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that brings me to the whole theory that, well, I guess it is levels to this. But why would it be? Because if everybody's in the same program and the same technology is available, how is it not the same for everybody? But like I said, that could be based on the profile built on the individual, the mindset that they believe that individual have or whatever or whatnot. Like I said, it's too many. I don't know. It's too many ways to look at it. Like I said, this the shit that I really don't be trying to think about in the program, but one can't help but to think about it, especially when you watch gang stalking content, from other people aspect and things of this nature. Because I see a lot of people, especially on TikTok, who just seem like they deal with the stalking, the following, the harassment, and shit like that. As I stated, I don't find too many targeted individuals who talk about the electronic torture. And I don't know, like I said, man, because we dealing with some smart motherfuckers. It ain't like we just dealing with one individual who's controlling like 100 individuals. We dealing with the whole system. These people could literally harass us on every aspect of society, from your local Arby's to your fucking local PetSmart, for the mailman to the fucking trash truck. I mean, nothing's off limit when it comes to harassing you on here. No business is off limits when it comes to them participating in your harassment. They would get the churches involved. They would get the schools involved. They would get your doctor involved. I mean, everybody. It might not be the whole doctor office, but you best believe it's gonna be a few in all of them places that just named, bro. Literally. I don't know. Like I said, these are the nights that I don't like when I be up. Think about the program to this magnitude and try to figure out what it is could I do to combat it from every aspect, from the financial sabotage to the vehicular sabotage to the fight. I mean, I said that, but you get my point. Like, I gotta figure out a way to. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all do, but some people seem like they got to figure it out. But me personally, I know I got to figure out a way for to make it through or to maintain, even if it's me barely keeping my head above the water when it comes to those tactics that they use. I don't know. Like I said, it's just crazy, man. Everybody built different. Everybody's situation different. Sometimes I just don't understand. You know, it's very crazy though. You got to wake up fighting. You got to go to sleep fighting. You even got to fight to go to sleep. I know I do. And I should have really been trying to enjoy these little 9 days, but thinking about the 9 days when it's up is all I can think about. So I don't even appreciate and value the little time and the little peace for the noise campaign and some of the electronic harassment that I'm getting now. I ain't even enjoying it because my mind's still worried about what the fuck they got in store for us when we move into this next apartment on the 9th. I already know when we move around there, they're gonna be on all bullshit. They gonna already have what ages they need, where they got what unit they want to move us in and out, what neighbors gonna be participating in that hallway. I mean, they already got all that figured out. They already handed out whatever friendly dogs they gonna give to the dog walkers in your community. They already modified whatever vehicles they gonna use against you for your vehicular harassment. I mean, the whole time while we're waiting for the apartment, that's all I think about is they're getting all that in order. If they need to go up on the power lines or to set up whatever type of system they need to deliver their tax to me, whether they gotta go to these people and pay for their internet, but in order to pay for their internet, they create hidden access points, them hidden SSIDs, because Wi-Fi, like I said, plays a major role, at least in my targeting. Like I said, I done put it to the test too many times. I told you when I feel like I'm being targeted and I'm being tortured electronically, I automatically unplug the internet and the torture ease up in about a few minutes. But they, as I stated, they got other ways to deliver it instead of it being pressure from my heart and shortness of breath. Once I unplug the internet, then it'll go from that to pulsing in my chest as though I'm getting hit with invisible energy, and it's just weird, bro. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I'd be having to put my health on the line just to, you know, to do things like that. The best out of three. Let me see if this gonna happen every time I unplug the internet. Is this feeling gonna go away? And it does. But like I said, other pains start. That's when I get the involuntary muscle movement, the pulsing of the chest, the loud frequencies in the ear. And there ain't nothing I can do to even stop that. I even bought Faraday fabric. I don't know why. See, this before I realized that everything Faraday needs to be grounded. So when I bought this Faraday fabric, it's completely useless because I can't wrap my whole body up in it and be able to breathe. I can't make no clubhouse or out of boxes and lace it all with that and it's gonna work. No, that shit has to be grounded. Like it has to be an electrical current going through that shit in order for it to work. So I done wasted all that money on those resources thinking that it's gonna help me do this and help me do that. And that shit is just so much with it though. It's just so much. It bring me back to the video of John, what was his name? John McAfee, the Norton virus guy. Right before he died, you know, he had that. They say that his condo collapsed on the Florida seaside or whatever or whatnot. In one of his last videos before he was unalive, he was in a room that you could tell was protection from electronic torture. It was all silvered out. He had the D-Wave antenna in front of it. I mean, he explained to you what type of room that he was sitting in, bro. He was literally telling people and warning people about the electronic torture and harassment that he was sustaining. But you know, he was a multimillionaire, so he could afford to build a somewhat of a panic room. Whenever he's getting targeted, he could just run into the room and he's okay until he come out of it. See, a lot of us, we ain't even got the knowledge or the resources, sometimes the expertise to even shit the house for that matter, to even implement or to even try to do something like that. I don't know, but they're gonna have to do something about this, especially about the technology, bro. That's probably like the scariest part of it all for real. I ain't gonna sit up there and bullshit you. It's just gonna get to the point where I mean we see where it's headed with how fast they pushing AI and all this, and they making it seem like AI can't be biased. It can be, motherfucker. It was a biased motherfucker programming it. Tell us something can't be racist. You lying again. Because if there's an ounce of racism in the motherfucker writing the code for it, it very well could be. Y'all probably done seen videos like this. It was a one video, y'all could look this up. One video, a guy went to the bathroom in a public place and he went to go use the hand dryer in the bathroom and it wasn't working on black skin, but it was working on white skin. And he did put all type of objects under it. It didn't work. He put white paper towels under it. Work. It was not recognizing like the dark skinned person or at all. So if they could program a box like that in a bathroom to blow dry your hand based on your race, then what the hell do you think they could do with technology? Jeez, all they gotta pick is traits thoughts. They could attack you simply because of a thought that you had. And that's because they actively reading your brainwave activity. I mean, literally in real time to the point that they got so good with it, they could come up with some images. If you think about the image and the image would be so close to the image that you're painting in your head. If that don't let you know how real this shit is, and then they got patents for all of this. You know you can't get a patent unless you prove to them that the object that you're trying to get patent actually works. So everything that has a patent on it was proven to work before they even got a patent on it. You have to prove that it worked before you can get a patent on it. So that's another thing people got to think about. So if they got voice skull and how they could watch you through the TV, or either they could emit EMF from the TV to attack you. People need to take that shit heed. They ain't just saying that for nothing. They ain't to stoke fear or none of that. Like I said, hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it'll get better. That's what I'm praying and hoping for anyway. Haven't been doing much of that lately. Man. People got us so detached from everything. We don't even really know who we are. What's our fucking purpose? Nothing. What direction we headed, and we don't even know if we coming. They got us so fucked up right now. Before I die, though, I just want to see targeted individuals make an effort of uniting. Of course, like I said, we all know we smart enough to know that infiltration probably be inevitable, though. But it's shit at risk. It's a gamble to shine some light on this program. Try to get this bitch to stop. That's what I'm gonna probably get into a lot of that this year too. Showing up to these city meetings and shit, city hall, voicing my frustration, but I don't want to do it in a way that they could cut me off and easily trigger me. And now I'm up there getting worked up and it's showing in my face, or you can hear it in my voice because I'm getting smart or low key irritated type shit. So I don't want to get to that point either. I really got to get my mind together because I hate to call myself going to a town meet and getting mad. Soon as one of them gaslight me or say something that I don't agree, it don't even necessarily got to be gaslighting it. I don't know. Like I said, my mind wonders a lot, and I be thinking about shit like that. I think about it from every aspect, every angle. I mean, I try to think just like the enemy do. That's how they got it called from every aspect, every avenue. That's how I am with it when I think about this shit. Mm. Like I said, it's a lot to unpack. It's definitely a lot to unpack. Mm-mm-mm. But universe willing, God willing, whoever that is, she, I hope they come through for real. I mean, the clutch. I'm still shocked and amazed that that judge allowed the FBI and all them to continue to violate our rights under the guise that is a conspiracy theory. It's my mm-mm-mm. Well, I said about my rant, man. I done talked way more about what I wanted to talk about. You know, pretty much improv the rest of it. Everything true and everything is not true. And this shit itself is sick. See, look, man, this shit be talking about. I mean, throw it away out there like that. That's this nigga looking. Mm, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah. That's my rant.